everybody, welcome to Discard Gaming. I am going to do a quick guide strategic on morale and why it's important in battle, how you can use it to your advantage, or how you can recuper. So for starters, I've got a couple factions in here with various units, and I want to just go over a couple things. So, like for instance, Chaos. Some units have uh, some traits that are harder to break or harder to reduce the morale, such as Fearless. So Chaos Spawns are really good. They have pretty high morale, 12. You have also Berserkers that have the same trait. If you go to Assault Marines, they don't, but they have uh, a weaker version of it. So basically, just 33% loss.
Ready for combat.
Chaplain has 18. That's a lot.
Instruction.
Uh,
Assault Marines.
and then Predator tank.
Awaiting instruction.
So you see in the box there at 20% morale regeneration. So morale will regenerate every turn unless models are dying. So what else can I talk about? So yeah, there's traits. There's also abilities like summonary execution. I gotta just go to EM here.
Give me a task.
You can level this up more and it will give you back more morale. Also,
Sir, your orders.
they only have 6. Guardsmen's break real easy. Tank only has 8. So
Closing in.
now here's the thing. If you go to level, it tells you their experience value, and if you read that, uh, it's a 10% morale, I guess, hit or something that's given 3 hexes away to ally units of that unit. You can see how heroes death experience 6. So killing the Lord is definitely 4 death experience. So the higher that death experience value, the more potential hit for morale. So guardsmen are only worth 1. So if you kill 3 guardsmen, that like equals 4 guardsmen equals 1 tank. So for instance, let's kill a guardsman here. So you can see it dropped 1 morale there. Tech Priest is worth 3. You got 7. Kill this. So it dropped 3. So now it's at 4 out of 8. Shaken. There's shaken and broken. But here's the players that win the PvP game. That you want to demoralize other enemy. 2 reasons is it will make it hard for the enemy to counterattack you because they're going to be doing less damage, and you do more damage to them. So the game is all about trying to abuse that. And also, if you level up your units, they level up more in the morale. So if we level up this tank, you can watch the morale go up, right? It's a level 10 tank. The morale's at 15. So good luck. That's a lot of morale to try to nuke down. But it also 7.6 on death. You could kill. So if you have an injured, very high level tank, you probably want to run that baby back, or else you're gonna get morale nuked if it dies. Let's just, yeah, let's add a tank in here.
What do you require? Predator reporting.
So I'll just show you what I mean by. All right, 4.2 on death.
What do you
And this is 3.
require?
So if we kill this,
My
this
lord?
should go down 3, right? 14, 13, 12.
What do you require?
Yep, and then this should go
Battle
down
tank here.
to 8 if I kill
Predator
this.
reporting.
Yeah. So there's kind of if you notice on the battlefield, there's a high level unit and you can kill it. Definitely go for it because the morale hit is even bigger. Now, say it's my turn and I'm AM. Oh crap, my guardsman. Yeah, say my tank is in the red too. There's ways to combat it. So if I use that ability, right there it gave 9 morale in a radius of what? At 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3. So that's huge. So Commissar, I don't know why. Like, that could literally get you back in the game because all it takes is for your opponent to have a good angle and do a surgical strike on one key unit. You get sort of morale nuked. The ways to get around trying to get morale nuked, if you keep your forces more split up, like if you have a force here and a force over here, they may kill a unit over here, but this force over here is not. You have to be within range of 3 of another unit dying. So there are ways to sort of minimize that morale hit. The other thing is getting abilities that I'm gonna upgrade AM here. So if you look, Voxcaster, guardsmen lose 25% less morale loss. Now, if your guardsmen are leveled up high, say level 6, so now they got 9 morale, so much better.
My lord?
So let's see, this thing's worth 7.5. That has 9.
My lord?
So it would go down to 2 if we didn't have to upgrade. We kill this.
We're ready, my lord.
It went down to 3. So Voxcaster, probably it's for the infantry. Maybe if you're going, what are those things called? Tempest Scions, maybe. Let's take a look.
Our way, Imperator.
Oh, these got 6 morale too.
I live to serve. We're ready.
I know.
my
I
lord.
think if this thing was 50% morale loss, but I mean, Commissar gets back. Yeah, I don't know. We only saved 1 morale,
Reporting
but
in.
maybe it could add up. You know, you never know. The cooldown, some more execution.
Reporting
The
in.
only nice thing is guardsmen are only generally worth
Reporting in.
1, like very low on morale loss when they're dying. Okay, so there are other things, like not every faction has abilities to raise morale with abilities. So if you're one of those factions, you can invest in Lorio's of Command. So it's a pretty good item. It restores the morale of adjacent ally units. I think this item's a lot better in team games because when you're with the team, the battles are huge to begin with, and generally speaking, like I've seen a lot of team games, and usually it's very swingy. Like one team will get hit with bad morale, the next team will get hit back with. So sometimes you're able to get out of the bad morale no problem. Other times you're not. So for instance, how much is Hellbruth? 3 experience. Yeah, so another thing, really pay attention. I know you have a timer in PvP, but if you're unsure, like, again, go for the higher level units and the bigger units. The one where it says death experience value, that means the morale hit when you kill it will be 3. But anyways, let's pump this guy up all the way to 10. So his is now 5.7. So Chaos Spawn have good morale, 12, and Fearless. So you can see we have a lot of Fearless units, which even this big boy doesn't even break us, but the Rhino does. Cultists are, yeah, 4 morale, very easy to break. They're like guardsmen, 1 death value. But if you have this, it's a radius 1, so it has to be around the caster, but proc it, and boom, you're back in the game. So there are some factions that struggle with morale more. Chaplain also has offense negative morale and defense morale, so same concept. You can morale. It's a radius of 1 again. Tau has interesting. Tau has an interesting upgrade. So they have a thing called Bonding Knife, which basically just gets the morale right back up. The vehicles don't. Okay, so that's sort of Tau's weakness. Oh, also Tyranids have amazing morale blockers, basically. So with Tyranids, as long as you have the Synops, especially with the High Tyrant, your guys are immune to breaking, immune to morale. So to beat Tyranids, you really, ideally, you want to try to kill a High Tyrant. And you have to plan for it. So if you're playing SM, build a couple hunters. Just 3 is enough. It's worth it, trust me, because the moment the High Tyrant goes down, then you can focus on Melanthorps or anything that's getting Synops, and then the Tyranid army, once you break it, it's not going to be able to rush and kill you. So that's one way of... Tyranid army is very scary because they're very immune to morale if played right. What was I else going to say? Yeah, so with Tau, their infantry is very... they can kind of bounce back if they go with a hybrid build of infantry and vehicles, because you can just ritual knife and then kill something, and then get your... Because when Tau doesn't have... If Tau's only vehicles and they get bad morale, that's it for them. Like, the vehicles do very little damage. Like, you can see... Let's do comparison here. So I'll talk about... So, you see 14 damage. Wow. Now watch this. Let's get this bad morale. Level this up. Okay, so we're doing 14 damage. Die. Die. So now we're shaken. Down 10 damage.
Predator reporting.
Okay. Now down to 8. So you can see from 14 to 8. Almost half damage now. Makes a big difference. So, when playing PvP, couple key tips for people. Do not helplessly lose a high level unit. Be very, like, if you're gonna lose a unit or you need to zone someone or block someone, use either a chaff unit. A chaff unit is 2 things. It's a low morale loss unit if it dies. Second, it usually has a lot of models. Third, it's usually a low tech unit. Scarabs, guardsmen, cultists, drones for Tau, termagants for Tyranids. So the other thing is, do not lose your heroes. Look at 9 on death. Okay, that's huge.
Reporting.
6 on death. So, other key advice: do your best to try not to lose your heroes, because again, if your hero goes down, it nukes your whole army for morale loss. Second, I think I went over about you can move your armies a little bit, not so close together, so they're a little bit harder to nuke morale bomb. I went over that. No, I mean, I think I covered the basics. That half this battle in Gladius is either focusing a key target, and once you get that morale nuke, then everything else is a lot easier to kill, and it's harder for them to counterattack. And like I said, there's some factions that have ways to get that morale right back up so that you could then counterattack. And if your faction does not have it, you have this item right here. So you might want to pick that up. That's about it. That's, I think, all I want to go into detail. Am I missing anything? I'm not sure. I think I'm good. Okay, I'll see you.